Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Quite a while ago, I did a video, and I reviewed AspireColor's 80 set of markers that they so kindly sent to me for review. And I believe they sent some sets to some other color tubers, and they wanted feedback. And so they got feedback from us, and I believe some colorists also. And they were very receptive to that feedback. And therefore, it's been a few months. They have out now a second set. It is a new and improved set. And they so kindly again sent me this 80 set of markers, this updated version. So I thought what we would do is we would open up, look at this new updated version, and then this is my color chart. Again, you know, I always create all my own color charts of the 80 set of the AspireColors from the old version. And I think first and foremost, one of the comments that we made to them is that some of these colors were so similar, you know, and we needed, you know, a few more skin tones and, you know, things like that. Some of the names didn't correspond real well to the colors, like this one's olive green. This one is, gotta get my glasses on here. This one is fresh green, and it's obviously very yellow. You know, things like that. So we'll see what the new and improved version is. So let's dig into this. As you can see, I have not looked at them at all. They come in this bubble wrapping, so you know they're protected. Okay, so they come in this nice fabric case that we're kind of used to seeing some of our budget-friendly markers coming into. They come in. It's got a zipper that goes around the top and a carrying handle on the top to carry them. So here we are. Now the thing that I liked about AspireColor's markers, they have this little notch that comes out. I haven't seen this in any of the other markers, and I kind of like that because you can see the color of the marker, not just from the top, but you can see it from the side much better too. As usual, we do have the fine tip and the chisel or broad tip. We do have the gray band where the fine tip is, no band where the chisel tip is. So let's take a look at the nibs. Okay, this has, I do like the fine tip on these markers. Comes to a nice point. And then the chisel tip, well, that's a nice chisel tip. I like chisel tips when they come up to a really nice tip like that, a nice point, because you can color in smaller spaces. And if you've seen my review on the Arteza markers that I just put out, they have a really nice chisel tip like this too. And I want to start working with my chisel tips a little more because they just would be handier when you are coloring in larger spaces, right? Okay, so they also have, along with the markers, you can download, let's put these over on the side because we are going to swatch these out. You can download and print out their updated color chart that they have for their markers, which I think is really, really nice. This is a really nice laid out color chart. If you look, I'm going to zoom you in a little. You can see there's a square, a nice rectangle, and then down below has the code and the color name for each particular marker in this 80 set. So what I thought we would do is we would swatch out these colors. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to actually keep this type of a color chart or if I'm going to go through and I'm going to update this one. You know me, I'm a little OCD and I like consistency. Boy, that all rhymed, huh? So I may just use this, but just be aware that they do have a very nice color chart out there that you can download and color in. So that's the one we're going to use today. Let me get a piece of cardstock to put under this so I'm not coloring on my desk. Now, I'm not sure in what kind of color order these are in. We'll have to see if I can find them over here. After I'm done coloring this in, I want to compare this to the old chart, and I want to see what colors are new, maybe what colors have been discontinued from the old set. One other thing that was commented on from the old set, some people were having a problem with the markers being too juicy. I know we always like our markers juicy, but I guess AspireColor wanted to make their markers last as long as possible. So they put more ink in their markers than your other typical budget-friendly markers, but evidently they maybe added a little bit too much ink. So they did cut back just a little teeny bit on the amount of color that's within each marker, but it still contains a little bit more than your other budget-friendly markers. So these are actually going to last still a little bit longer than some of your other budget-friendly alcohol markers. So here is my, let me get out to my, this is my old set of, let's turn it around the right way, of the AspireColor markers, and I'm still zoomed in, ain't I? There we go. I put mine, I took them out of that black case, and I have this, this fits 80 markers. I love this plastic case. It just opens in the front. It has these handles so you can carry it. Opens up, and then it has these little, what would you call it? Placers, plastic placers in the bottom. So it keeps all your markers in nice order. They don't move around. They have this 80 place case and a 60 place case. I will link this down below, this case, if you are interested in purchasing this, and I will also link the new and improved AspireColor markers. All right, so let's get on with the swatching. Okay, so we are going to look for, first and foremost, wine red. Now, of course, when I am doing the very first colors, I'm going to be digging through a number of markers over here, so bear with me. Here is R1 wine red, and I think I'm just going to use the chisel tip, and we're just going to do one swatch across. Okay, that is definitely a wine red. Let me okay, they do have a little bit of an odor to them, but I would say nothing out of the norm that your typical alcohol markers, you know, have. All right, we have Old Red R2. Okay, so quite a bit lighter than the wine red. We have Rose Red, which is R3. Here's Deep Red, Vivid Red, Rose Red. Okay. You could see these three being blended together nicely. Okay, then we have Vivid Red, R4. Oh, I like that red. Then we have a Deep Red, which is R10. So you can see their numbering system. The front letter corresponds to the color family itself, just like Copics do. Then we have Scarlet, R13. And the name and number is on the end, just like before, each cap. so you know which marker it is, no matter which way you have it. So here is Scarlet. That's pretty too. So these reds so far are quite different. Then we have RP6 Vivid Pink. So that's why we're going to the RPs now. The Vivid Pink. There's Pale Pink. Here we go. Hey, so far I'm doing pretty good on finding these colors. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, RP7 Cosmos. I don't remember that name from before. Maybe that's a new one. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Kind of looks like a cross between a watermelon pink and a coral, sort of. Very pretty. RP9 Pale Pink. Very nice. RP17 Pastel Pink. Very pretty. And RP137 Medium Pink. Boy, I was doing so good there. Here we go. I was looking for pink and it wasn't real pink. It's very light. Whoops. See, now to me, pastel pink is darker than the medium pink. I think I would have switched them around. This looks more pastel, and that would look more like a medium as far as the color names. The colors themselves are very pretty, but I think the names could maybe be switched. No biggie, just my opinion. P147 Pale Lilac. All right, where are we? Pale Lilac. Here we go. Okay, kind of like another light purple or light pink. I don't know if I would call that pale lilac either. Okay, Azalea Purple, RP, is it 67 or 87? Azalea Purple. Okay. Like I said, I was doing so good. You would think the more I take out of here, the easier it would be to find them. Azalea Purple, where are you? There's pastel, oh, right there, duh. Okay. Again, it says purple. To me, that is more of like a bright type of pink. Primary Magenta, RP334. Primary Magenta. Pretty. Vermilion, R14. So now we're going back to the reds. I never do understand the order of how they put their colors sometimes. There must be a reason for it. To me, vermilion, I would have put up with the reds, you know, and then the oranges. That's a very pretty vermilion, though. YR23 Orange. And so far, these are all very nice and juicy. That is a bright orange. Wow. Okay, and then we have R140 Light Orange. There's Marigold. And now they're starting to tip over, so I have to look deeper into the case so I don't miss them. Okay, we are looking for light orange. Here we go. Oh, now that I'm looking deeper into this case, In the very front, you do have a couple of sheets or little cards here. And it just says, this product would not be expected to pose any significant chronic adverse. Okay, so that's just safety health stuff. And then a little card from AspireColor. It says, we are truly grateful for your purchase of the AspireColor Alcohol Art Marker Set. As a valued customer, you've earned a special bonus. Visit AspireColor.com/offer and immediately get a 30% discount on your next purchase, plus other customer-only offers. So they do have a 30% discount on their website. Okay, so you can go to AspireColor.com/offer, and yeah. Then this is where you can get this downloadable chart from. It says to please visit AspireColor.com/chart to print and create your own color chart that matches this marker set. So that is where you get the downloadable chart. Then another thing that I have noticed that I know was not, let me zoom back out, that I know was not in the case before, and it makes it much sturdier, is they have this very heavy-duty corrugated cardboard around. So this makes, like I said, it makes the case stand up nicer and the markers. Now, of course, as you pull markers out a bunch like I am, they're going to start flopping around. Typically, you're not going to have that many out at a time. But if you are one that you don't like to purchase separate cases and whatnot for your markers, this is kind of this is much nicer than your typical fabric bag that you get with a lot of your budget-friendly markers. So, yeah, that was a nice addition, too. Okay, so with all that being said, now that I made, you know, a discovery here, sorry for the wobbling. All right, so we were on light orange. Oh, that is a pretty peach color. Very nice. And now that this has dried, this is not quite, you know, it's not near as bright as it was originally. It kind of turned into a nice orange, because otherwise I was going to say, there's not a real good standard orange color. But yeah, that's not near as bright as when I first laid it down. Because remember, when you first lay down an alcohol marker, the ink is going to be darker than when it dries. Once it dries and the alcohol evaporates out of that ink, when it's exposed to the air, it does lighten up quite a bit, especially if you're coloring in, say, like a Jade Summer book, or any coloring book where the back side of the paper is black, just like Sun Life Drawing, Jade Summer, all of those kind of coloring books. The ink is definitely going to be a lot darker when it's wet than when it dries. So once it dries, it does get a lot lighter. So here is YR24 Marigold. Ooh, that's pretty. It's a nice, bright, kind of a yellow orange. Here is YR32 Deep Yellow. Here we have yellow. Are we going to go through all the yellows? Yeah, maybe I'll just pull these. Hopefully they'll be all together here. Okay, deep yellow. Which one? Here we go. Okay, nice. That almost reminds me of like a yellow ochre. Then we have regular yellow. Now the cover to this one does not look real yellow. To me it looks like a yellow orange, you know, it's more on the yellow orangish side. But it is a very nice yellow. Okay, now I'm hoping that's going to lighten up a little bit, because right now the deep yellow and the yellow are quite similar. But maybe, again, maybe that's going to lighten up. So then we have a lemon yellow. And again, A little similar at this point. So yeah, hopefully it'll lighten up. Pastel yellow. Oh, that's pretty. That is a nice light pastel yellow, like it says. And then we have pale yellow. You can see stuff from my sheet down below, so if you see things coming through, that's what it is. Once it dries, you won't see it. But yes, that is a very nice pale yellow. So we have a nice progression of colors here. And yes, these did lighten up. So this is your darkest. Then we do get a little bit lighter as we go on. So these 6, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 are all a really nice progression of yellows. Very nice. Okay, then we go to Y41 olive green. Are we going to have a lot of greens here? I'm just going to pull them all out. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. So I am just going to pull a lot of the greens out here. And maybe it will go a little bit faster by pulling these out. There are a lot of greens in this set. Holy cow. Woohoo. Okay, is that it? Wowzers. Okay, so first we have olive green. So now I gotta look through all the ones I pulled. And I don't see it. Oh, sure. That one I missed. Naturally. Okay. Where's the green I missed? Here it is. Oh, there's bronze green. And that's next. So where's olive green? Come on, come on. Oh, I know you're here. I know you're here. Oh, here. That's why I didn't see it, because it looks kind of brownish, tannish. But it says olive green. And guess what, folks? As I was digging, I found something else that they include. And this was in the initial set that I received too. And I use it a lot. It's called a needle drawing pen. It has this nice steel, this silver case. And it says MS-807A, whatever that stands for. It's by Superior. And I don't think, I'm looking for the nib size on here. And it doesn't say it. Oh yeah, 0.4, which is a little bit different than all of our other pen sets that we're used to seeing. I believe we have like a 0.005 for the super teeny, is it? Or 0.001. 0.005, I think, and 0.05. I think there's a 0.5. I don't remember there being a 0.4. But, like I said, I do use this quite a bit. It's not super, super fine. It's kind of blurry, isn't it? But yet, it's not real big either. It writes really, really nice. So, yeah, you get that in the case, too. This works really good if you're coloring and you want to add some enhancements. Say you're coloring a portrait. You want to add some eyelashes, or you want to fill in the eyebrows, or, you know, you just want, maybe you're Zentangling and you want to add some, you know, shapes or whatever to your coloring. So, yeah, I really like the addition of that pen. Okay, so, interrupted again, rabbit trail. Our Y41 olive green, and it is an olive color. Okay. So then, let's move back. We have the bronze green. Move this case over so I have some room. You know, it always seems, no matter how big your desk is, and I think I have a relatively large desk here, it's never big enough. Things just keep getting in the way. Especially when you start getting supplies out. Okay, bronze green. To me, that almost looks more like an olive green. As this dries now, it has quite a bit of yellow to it. Yeah. Okay. Deep olive green. So this should be shade darker than our bronze green and our olive green. All right. Deep olive green. Oh, very nice. These two would go together pretty well. This, of course, has a little more yellow in it. Then we have vivid green. Oh, that's pretty. And we have grass green. I always like that green. We'll see what this one looks like. Let's get the top of it. Yeah, that's a pretty green. Boy, these are very nice and juicy. Okay, then we have yellow green. That's leaf green. Yellow green. Okay, so there's like our chartreuse color. Then we go down to dark green. And whoops, got markers flying all over the place. Okay, dark green. Very nice, like a deep forest green. Then we have a turquoise green, BG53. Turquoise. I always like the turquoise colors too. Oh, very pretty. Turquoise and teals and all of those colors are so pretty. Mint green. Mint green light. Mint green, okay. Whoops. Looks a little dark to be a mint green, but again, it's probably going to lighten up. Okay, then let's come back over here. Move up a tad. We have mint green light. Okay. I'm trying to wait to see if it lightens up, to see if it's, you know, goes with this. Because this is mint green over here, and this is mint green light. And yeah, it is lightening up. Okay. Pale green light. Pale green light. That's a really nice pale green. Then we have leaf green, which looks like a nice bright green. Yep. Be good for leaves. Very appropriately named. Okay, we have grayish olive green. Okay, definitely, yeah, has the gray tone in it. And then peacock green. But this will be pretty too. Oh, love it. So that is kind of like a teal type of a color. Okay, now we go into the blues. So let us look for, what was the first one? Marine blue. Here we go. Okay, so nice dark blue. Cerulean blue. I was going to pull all the blues again, just like I, did with the other colors. But then I have them laying flat on the desk, and then I can't see the color names as they're on their ends. So I thought, it'll just be easier leaving them in here. Okay, cerulean blue. And I usually love this color, so. Oh, yes. Beautiful. And we have ice blue. Now that sounds like a nice light color. There's frost blue, sky blue. Let's take out the colorless blender too. So you do get a blender pen with this also. And they are tipping over, so I'm probably missing some here. Okay, so we were looking for ice blue. Oh, see, ice blue, I wasn't looking for like kind of a greenish tealish color. I think of it more as a super light, I guess, sky type of blue. But nope. Oh, but that is very pretty. So I could see these two going together, and even into kind of the peacock green. All right. Then we have pastel blue. Pastel blue. It's taking me longer now to find the colors than when they were all in the case. Oh, that is pretty. That is a nice pastel blue. Then we have turquoise blue. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, yes. Pretty. Then we have Prussian blue. That's Napoleon. Brilliant. Prussian. No. Yeah, Prussian. All right, here it is. Oh, very nice. Dark blue. Almost like a denim or a midnight blue. Then we have royal blue. Okay, then we go on to the Napoleon blue. Where did I see that? That's Phthalo. Napoleon. Oh, that is gorgeous. That is a beautiful blue. Now, to me, that's more of a royal blue than that, but that is a pretty color. Boy, they did a really good job in regard to updating the colors. I mean, so far there are no colors. Well, we'll go through that later, I guess, as far as colors that look real similar. Let's continue on. We have brilliant blue. Okay, a little bit brighter than the Napoleon. Then we have sky blue. Very nice. And then last in this column, this row I should say, is frost blue. Wow, that is so light. Holy cow. Holy cow. That is extremely light. Is it really supposed to be like that? It almost looks like there's... Let's wait and see when it dries. Because to me, that isn't going to do you a whole lot of good on a coloring book page. Because, yeah, there's hardly any color to that whatsoever. There's a chameleon marker very similar to that. You color and you swear that there's a mistake, that there's no color in it, that there's just like a colorless blender. There is a little bit of blue to that, however. Very, very little, though. Okay, so then we have phthalo blue. Let's get out of my way, markers. See, told you, desk is never big enough. Phthalo blue. Pretty. Pale blue light. Oh yes. We have some really pretty, you know, sky blues in here. This, you know, could be almost like for clouds or something because it is so pale. You know, you want them white and fluffy, but yet they should have a tinge of some kind of color. You know, maybe that frost blue could be used for something like that. Okay, now we're going to go on to my favorites. Purples. So here we have P81 Deep Violet. This looks pretty. Oh my goodness, yes, that is my favorite shade of purple. Woohoo! Then we have a lavender P83. It's mauve shadow. Pastel violet. Here we have lavender. Okay. We have pastel violet. Pretty. I'm loving these purples. Then we have vivid purple. That's peony deep. Okay, vivid purple. Okay. Can you see this? Yeah. Oh gosh, another gorgeous color. These two, oh yes. Gorgeous. We have Peony Deep. That's another name I don't remember from the other set. Whoops, I keep missing the top. That's very different. That's pretty. Even though I colored it awkwardly. Then we have Mauve Shadow. And this is the end of the purples. Oh, gorgeous. These purples all go together very nice. These two really do. Okay, then we get into the browns. We all like our browns, and so... Okay, first one is Natural Oak. And yeah, we're really tipping over in here now. We're getting tipsy. Okay, I'm just going to pull a few browns and hold them in my hand here. I think that'll be a little bit faster. And chestnut brown. Okay, let's hold these here. Natural Oak. Here we go. Try to keep it straight for you guys, even though it's at an angle for me then. Oh, that's pretty. It's a beautiful brown. Burnt Sienna. Oh yes, those two will go together nice. Then we have Mahogany, which always is one of my favorite browns. That Natural Oak though is really pretty. Oh yes. All right, then we have Rose Beige. Oh, that's pretty. I keep saying that, don't I? I love colors. They're all so pretty. Chestnut Brown. Missed the top. Okay, that is a nice deep chocolate brown. Okay, and then we have Sand, which I think is in here yet. Yes. Nice tan color. It's nice to see that we have a few tans. I don't know if we had any lighter browns. Well, we did have brown gray. And then we did have the rose beige, but those were our only lighter, like tan, if you will, colors. So I think this is this sand color new. Yeah, that's a new color. So nice addition. Then we have Straw Yellow. That's a nice light tan. Could be a skin tone also. Again, we'll see once it dries. We have Pale Camel. That's a different name. And so, Pale Camel. Where'd you go, Camel? Where'd you go? I don't see it. Pale Cherry Pink. Well, let me just get the rest of these out of here because they are just falling all over the place. And I don't think there's any hiding on me. Okay, now let's look. Pale Camel. Not in that group. And I'm dropping them now. Okay. Let's look in this group. I do not see a Pale Camel. BR405. Yeah, there are no other BRs. Let me just have a quick gander through all of them that I have laid out here. Here it is. Did I accidentally put it up there? Okay. Here is Pale Camel. Oh yeah, that's another light tan color with, you know, more on the yellowish side. Okay, I'm glad I found it. All right, second to the last row, we have Salmon Pink. Now it looks like we are getting into all the skin tones. Again, it's going to be, let's see, do I have anything on this side? Maybe it'll be better if I flip my cardstock over so you won't see all the stuff from underneath. Okay, oh yeah, that is pretty. Maybe I'll, because I didn't draw that out too well or color that out. That is a pretty color. Nice skin tone. Then we have Cream. Here we go. Okay, more on the yellowish side. We have Skin White. Oh, gorgeous skin color. Lighter skin tone. We have Milky White. And another really nice skin tone. Pale Cherry Pink. Okay, gorgeous. Let's see when these all dry how different they are though, because they look kind of similar now. But yeah, they gotta dry. Okay, blue gray, and this is BG1, BG5. I guess when they have the name of the color, I wish they did it kind of like some of the others where they would say blue gray 1 and blue gray 5. Here's like WG3, warm gray. So, you know, warm gray 3, I guess to me the name would make more sense. But BG1, blue gray, and BG1. Now it looks like they did take some of the grays away, which was one of, some of us kind of suggested that in order, just, I mean, I know a lot of you love your grays, but because this is an 80 set, you can only fit so many colors into an 80 set, right? So in order to allow to get some more skin tones in, which a lot of us wanted, you know, some things would have to go. And so they still have a nice variety of grays in here, though, it looks like. Because they have, that's a pretty blue gray. They have blue grays, warm grays, cool grays, and a couple of green grays. So they still do have all the different types of grays. So here is blue gray 5. Okay. Nice. Then we have warm gray 3. Warm gray. Here we go. I'm getting kind of close to the bottom, ain't I? Sorry about that. Okay, warm gray 3. Yes. Okay, last column, guys. Last row. Why do you keep calling it a column? Warm gray 9. So you know that this is going to be a much darker gray. Wow, that is almost black. Maybe could have a little bit less contrast between these grays. Maybe a little bit lighter. But again, I know some of you like them dark grays. So cool gray 2. Whoops. Yes, cool gray 2. Okay, cool gray 4. Okay, and cool gray 6. Okay, so those 3 go together very nicely. You notice the other grays, they have only 2, but then the cool grays, they do have the 3. So a lot of people like using their cool grays. Okay, we have green gray 1. Oh, that's pretty. Really nice light gray for shading. And then green gray 7. So that's going to be a lot darker again. Okay, yes, very dark. Last but not least is the black. And I always like to see how deep of a black, you know, see if it's real black. That is a very nice black. So after they dry, you can see the difference between the black and these dark grays, especially this warm gray 9 that was so dark. There's a big difference now between this dark warm gray and the black. Let me zoom you back out a little bit. Okay, so yeah, maybe it's not showing up real well on camera, but yeah, there's quite a difference. Now, as I look at these skin tones, and again, I don't know how much this is going to show up on camera. I love the fact that they have put in quite a number of additional skin tones. And again, we are going to compare this to the old color chart. The salmon pink is quite different, but these 3, the pale cherry pink is much more on the pinky side. I mean, they are all 3 different. The milky white to me is perfect skin tone. They're all great, don't get me wrong. Yeah, and this is a shade darker. So they are all different now that, you know, they have dried. When I first laid them down, they all looked identical, but no, I can tell that they are different. Still very similar, but I think when you know, and it's different just seeing a little swatch down here, you know, when I make one swipe with the chisel tip. Very different doing it this than actually coloring a picture, coloring a face. I think if you would have 3 pictures side by side of the identical picture and you used one of these colors for each of those faces, you'd really notice the difference if you did that. So, but let's look at all of the colors. All right, so we no longer have so many identical reds as we did before. So that is awesome. I don't see any of them that are real, you know, similar. These are a little bit, but this has definitely got a little bit more of the pinky side to it, where this has a little bit more of the orangey side to it. And this is a great standard red. Love that color, the Cosmos. The pinks are great. This light orange too is really pretty. It's kind of like a pastel orange. Nice yellows. Like I said, nice progression. They have these really nice pale yellows. This here, pale yellow, yeah, that is really pretty. Greens, yes. Lot of nice greens. And then the blues. There again, I do not see anything other than maybe, now the sky blue is a little bit darker than the phthalo blue, but those two colors are still quite similar, I guess. Yeah, turquoise is different. Yeah, I guess really those are the only colors that I have seen so far that look, you know, kind of similar. Like I said, I can see that the sky blue is a little bit darker, but they're very similar. These two are similar, but the vivid green is definitely darker than the grass green. And again, if you were to color this in a picture, you would definitely see the difference in these two colors. The purples are all definitely different. There's no similarity in those. Those are beautiful. The browns too. They are just all gorgeous browns. Now on here, once it's dry, these two do look a little similar. This one's a little bit darker, the rose beige versus the sand, but a little on the similar side. Straw yellow is pretty. Pale camel too. And then we get to the skin tones. And yes, these are all very pale. And the browns then you definitely can use for your darker skin tones. The grays, very nice. Like I said, for me, I know this is not all people, but for me, I'm glad they took out some of the grays and were able to give us some of these other colors. So, all right, okay, we are zoomed out. What I'm going to do, put this cardstock back away, and we are going to look at the old color chart. And let me get out my handy dandy pen they just sent me. And I'm going to take this out of the protector sleeve. We're going to go through here and we're just going to mark off the ones that are no longer in there and make a mark on here. Sorry, just getting myself settled here. Make a mark on here to see what the new colors are. Okay, so we'll see. I hope this doesn't take too long, and if it does, I'll kind of do it on my own. But we have wine red, so that's the same. We have old red. Let me do this so I know that I hit each color. Oh, you probably can't see what I'm doing. Let's move these markers up some more. Sorry. Okay, let me zoom it up here. Okay, so we got the old red, we got the wine red, we got rose red, yep. We have vivid red, yep. We have deep red, nope, that's a new color. We have scarlet, nope, that's a new color. We have vivid pink, yep. We have Cosmos. Now that I think is a new one. Yeah, that's a new one too. Okay. We have pale pink. Yep. Pastel pink. Yep. Medium pink. Nope. Okay, that's a new one. Pale lilac. Yep. No, that's pale purple. Pale lilac. That's a new one. Azalea Purple. Yep, we got that one. Okay, Primary Magenta. I don't think that's on here. Nope, that's a new one. Vermilion. Yes, we have that. Orange. We have that. Light orange. I think that's a new one too. Yep. Then we have Marigold. Oh, Marigold's new. I thought we had that. That's a pretty color. I like that. Deep yellow. Yep. Yellow. Oh, plain yellow's new also. Lemon yellow. Yes, we have that one. Pastel yellow. Yep, top one. Pale yellow. That's a new one. We have olive green. We have bronze green, which I'm assuming, let's flip this one over. If I have it, it'll be over here. Bronze green, yes. Deep olive green, yes. Vivid green, yes. Grass green. It's over here, yes. Yellow green. We have it over here. Yes. So I'm not going to keep shifting my papers here. I'll just leave the greens here. Yellow green. We have dark green. Yes. Turquoise green. Yes. Mint green. Yes. Mint green light. Yes. So their greens were pretty good before, as you can tell. There's not a lot changed. Pale green light. Yep. Leaf green. No, leaf green is new. Yeah. Grayish olive green. Grayish olive green. Yeah, that must be a new one too. Okay. Peacock green. Yep, we have that. Marine blue. And the blues to me were pretty good, except for there were a few that were real similar. Cerulean blue. Have that. Ice blue. Let me move this back over here now that we're into the blues. Okay, so ice blue, yes, we have. We have pastel blue. Yep. Turquoise blue. Yep. Prussian blue. Yep. Royal blue. Yep. Napoleon blue. See, I didn't remember that one. So that's new, and I like that. Brilliant blue. Sky blue. Yeah, that frost blue. That definitely has to be a new one, because boy, I don't remember that. Then we have the phthalo blue. And a pale blue light. Okay, I'm glad they took out the dark blue light, because those were two that were very similar. That phthalo blue and that dark blue light was one that I remember that one for sure, that we had mentioned, that were so similar. This one has a tinge bit more of purple kind of to it, but they were real similar, so they did take out the dark blue light. All right, then we get on to the purples. We have deep violet, and we have that. Lavender, have that. Pastel violet. Vivid purple. And that is a new one. Yay. Yay for vivid purple. Peony deep. And I'm pretty sure that's a new one too. Yes. Then mauve shadow. Yep, that's a new one too. So they took out my ultramarine. Oh, I always loved ultramarine. How could they do that to me? Okay. Alrighty then, on to the browns. We have natural oak, and the browns in here actually weren't too bad except for the tans. Burnt sienna, yep. Mahogany, yep. Rose beige, yep. Chestnut brown, that's up here. Sand, that is a new one. Straw yellow, I believe, is a new one. Make sure it's up, not up in the yellows. Nope, that is a new one. And then we have pale camel, which is a new one. And we go over down here to the skin tones. So we have, let's go back to here. We have salmon pink. So yes, we had that one. We have cream. We had that one. Skin white. Milky white, which I believe is new. Yes, that is a new one. Pale cherry pink. That must have kind of replaced powder pink, because powder pink must not be in here anymore, and they look very similar, but I think this is a little bit lighter. So pale cherry pink is new. Then we get to the grays. So here are where they eliminated some of the grays. We have we have blue gray 1 and 5. So we have blue gray 1. So blue gray 1 is new. So they put a light blue gray in, and then 5 we had, but they took out the 7. Then we have warm gray 3 and 9. So we have warm gray 3 and 9. They took out the 5. Then we have cool gray 2, 4, and 6. So we have cool gray 2, 4, 6. They took out the 9. So they took out one of the dark ones. And then we have green gray 1 and 7. 1 and 7. And then, of course, the black. All right, so if we look first at this sheet, we can see we have a lot of new colors. Look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We have 23 new colors. So obviously they took out 23 of the old colors, right? Okay, so we do have a couple of different reds up here from what we had before. Couple of light pinks, because that was another thing. That's right, I can remember a few saying is that we didn't have enough light pastel type of colors, and that must be why they added in this pale yellow and some of these light pinks, this light orange. So those are nice additions to this set also, is that they added in quite a few of the pastel colors, and that's must be why they added in this frost blue. That is quite pastel though, I must admit. And then this beautiful mauve shadow, that's a gorgeous addition. This vivid purple, beautiful. And then we have some nice different varieties of tans in here. Some more skin tones. And yeah, added one lighter shade of blue, of gray, and then took out some of the darker ones. So way to go, AspireColor. You really listened to our feedback. I think the changes to this set is awesome. Let's look at the colors that were taken out then. Okay, here these were absolutely identical. This is fluorescent yellow and fluorescent green. So they took out both of them. Fresh green to me was definitely not fresh green, and it was identical to lemon yellow, so they took that out. Powder pink, yeah, that was almost identical to skin white, so they took that out. The fluorescent orange, we talked about the fluorescent colors, and it looks like, I believe they removed all of the fluorescence. French vermilion, that's out. I always liked French vermilion. Huh, yeah. Just regular vermilion is in. Okay, yeah, I guess the French vermilion does have a tinge more orange to it than vermilion, but they are very similar, so I guess I can see why they took out the French vermilion. Here's fluorescent coral red they took out. Ooh, they took out a lot of these. All of these that we said that were almost identical, and you can't even see what I'm pointing at. All of these reds, I mean, they are pretty much identical. As you can see, they did away with all of them. And then they just added back in a few new reds that are, you know, just a couple new reds, and they are very different from the existing reds. So that is awesome. These they all left in. Okay, they took out light violet. It's just a shade lighter than the deep violet, so they took that out. They took out my ultramarine, but it again, it was very similar to the deep violet, so again, I can understand why. The dark blue light we already talked about, very similar to phthalo blue. Left all these and took out the cobalt blue, which is good because it was almost identical to brilliant blue. Okay, pale green, that's another one that was so close to spectrum green, and they actually took out both of them, but then they did add in the leaf green. We do have pale green. We do still have pale green light, so I guess they wanted to leave in a real pale green. I guess they could have left one of these two in, either pale green or spectrum green, because that's quite a bit different than the pale green light, which is quite different also from the new green that they put in, which is leaf green. So I guess, you know, they could have left one of these in. Okay, so then on this page, a lot of the greens, like I said, they didn't change. They did take out Viridian because most of us said it's so close to the turquoise. The brown gray. I don't remember saying anything about that, but somebody else must have. Brown gray. Okay, pale camel looks the same as brown gray. And maybe it's just because of the name. That could very well be, because that definitely does not look like brown, like a gray, does it? So that must be it. Maybe they just renamed it, because yeah, the pale camel looks like that color. So they kept the color, they just renamed it, it looks like. And that could be the case with, you know, other ones that it's like, why'd they take that out? Could be because they just renamed the color. Raw umber, they took out. What did they put back in its place? I don't see anything. Okay, I see why though. It is a little bit different than the burnt sienna, but it is, again, very, very similar. So they took that out. And then, as I was saying, they, you know, did take out the darkest blue gray. They took out the darkest cool gray. They took out the mid-tone of the warm gray. So there you have it. I'm sorry this review and swatch got to be over an hour long, but I kind of wanted to compare the old set versus the new set to see if this new and improved version is something you would be interested in more now. Not that the old set was bad. It wasn't. I very much enjoyed it. I very much liked it. But yeah, a lot of the colors were real similar, especially through the yellows and these reds especially. I mean, there were just so many that were very similar. Okay, there you have it. So I am going to update the color chart, and yes, I'm probably going to go with mine. Again, you can download this. It will have the information on a card inside the case, so look for that right in the front of the cardboard that goes around in the front of the case. Look for your nice handy dandy little pen. So I'm going to be keeping this on my desk again, because now I have two of them. Either that or I'm going to keep it next to my chair, because I do write with this a lot. Okay, there we go. I won't keep you guys any longer, but I do thank you for watching this, and I hope you liked, you know, the swatching out of the new colors, and then comparing the old versus the new. What colors were added to this new set versus, you know, what was taken out from the old. Did they, you know, make good choices in what they added? And I think, in my opinion anyhow, they made great choices. I think they did a good job. The one thing, I think these are quite similar, but like again, I think if you would color with them on a picture, you're going to see the differences much more than you can see in just a teeny little swatch. So okay, I will leave it at that then. If you enjoyed this video and you liked watching all of this, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a terrific day. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.